you're always wearing a cap. I can never even see your
I'm
hair.
never wearing it. This is like the first time I've worn a cap in like 8 recordings, if not longer.
No, you're wearing a cap on the last recording I was there.
I really hope they use this for the TikTok. Just the talking about the hair.
We haven't done a TikTok in a while. Brock's been busy, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, so hi, welcome to Binge Buddies. Fork the Forking Forkers. Me, your host, is always Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt. Zombiedog. I clicked away from the tab. I'm an idiot here. Let's get back.
Abraham Lincoln!
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Dykes.
Ooh.
Number 8 in the greatest people of all time. Mozart.
Nice.
I feel like this is more about accomplishment than quality of person.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
don't
so,
think Mozart
too.
was a good dude, but
No.
however,
Depends what you're looking for. He made a lot of people very happy. He made some people fucking miserable, but he made a lot of people very
he
happy.
made one guy real fucking miserable.
That ended in his murder.
Yeah.
Well,
we
you
got
know,
Amadeus out of it. Like that's
Sure, it was a
that's
good
net
movie.
positive.
Yeah.
potato per murder. You
Thanks,
know, it's
Milos
fine.
Forman.
I like that Joel refers to it as a net positive.
Yeah, you know, business brain has sort of rotted me over time. Even thank college and a lifetime of working at Boomerville.
Yeah,
to-
that was very capitalism of you, but I appreciate it. But we do have Joel Abraham Lincoln Dewitte.
You know, Abraham Lincoln once said, "If you are racist, I will attack you with the North."
Is that The Office?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that meme that goes around where it's like, you don't believe everything you read on the internet. Abraham Lincoln.
That's a good
Yep,
one.
I like that one.
We also have Ryan Marie Curie, Lootens.
Thanks, I radiate with charm.
Hey, you got a somewhat good one. Matt got the questionable one. Joel got the don't argue with that one, and then you got a good one.
Yeah, you got died of radiation poisoning. Brilliant.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, sorry I don't want to spoil who next week's nicknames are going to be, but 2 of you are pretty shitty dudes.
That's why this list is questionable.
These guys are
That's why.
definitely in a bad place.
I'm
Definitely.
gonna say that's why. That's why everyone should be in the bad place. Like everyone on this list should be in the bad place. Like I don't know what list you're going for, but this is not people who should be in the good place.
Abraham Lincoln
These are-
I was
wasn't
gonna say
bad.
Lincoln stands a chance. Martin Luther
Lincoln
King
stands
Jr.
a
He should
very
be in
good
there.
chance.
Those are the 2 I got.
Yeah,
Maybe Einstein.
This-
Einstein.
Einstein. Yes,
you know,
the
this is
guy
what we
who-
get for using internet lists.
That's true. We are using ranker.com, the
But-
most believable and trustworthy of all ranking sites.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Using
Abraham
internet
Lincoln.
lists straight to the bad place.
That's,
I mean,
that's
when
a
you go-
very
you go
fair
to-
call out. Let's talk about some episodes. We got episode 7 and episode 8 to talk about today, which are the Eternal Shriek, and I don't have it ready. Why do I
Most
fail?
improved player.
Thank you,
Yes.
Joel. Eternal Shriek, most improved player. Eternal Shriek is our very first good in-depth look at Chidi. I love any episode that focuses on Chidi is a good one. This is the one that focuses on the boots. Am I right?
Yes.
Yep.
Boots in this one? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, the big red cowboy boots with the super sharp edge.
and the bedazzledness.
Oh man, those are
Yeah, you can cut yourself on that edge.
those are some nice boots.
Okay, a quick poll: who would wear those boots?
I'll never wear cowboy boots.
I don't wear cowboy boots.
I own a pair of cowboy boots. They're very comfortable.
I don't
That's very
believe you.
British of
Like
you.
that's the main thing with cowboy boots. Whenever somebody says they're comfortable, like there's no fucking way. Look at them. Like they
I
just look
thought you were
like
saying like you
cans.
didn't believe he had cowboy boots.
No, I definitely believe he has cowboy boots.
I bought a pair while I was over in LA. Like,
That's what I thought. I'm like, I can almost guarantee I don't think I was there, but I was on the trip where he got them.
no,
Remember-
Sam was there when I got them.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Sam
I get
took
the
me to
feeling
store.
LA. I get the feeling LA cowboy boots are a lot different than Texas cowboy boots.
No. These ones are proper like Ariat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right.
I don't get like fancy like not comfortable ones. I get proper comfortable ones.
Proper comfortable ones.
Yeah.
I like
You,
that.
you know, you just made me look ignorant. So, well, thank you.
Well done. Yay.
I need to go now.
You know, I can do that myself just fine, Matt.
Well, sometimes sharing is caring and all that.
Need
sort
the
of stuff.
assist.
The
Yeah.
Eternal Shriek. So Michael is believing that he is the cause of all the problems in the neighborhood. So what does he have to do? He has to retire. Doesn't seem so bad, does it? Retirement, right?
I mean, if you like, stuff wrap around your genitalia while you're getting tortured.
That rope is around his neck, which it most certainly won't be. It would be around his genitals.
Different.
Okay, I
strokes for
want a
different
somber
folks.
party.
I love Michael on a downer. I think there's something so good about Michael on a downer. Really, it's like,
Wow, my speaker's just freaked out.
He's
I love
almost
Michael
always
O'Dowd.
like at the extremes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's rarely any middle ground for him, which I think is what makes him so great.
And that
I like how he brings back the puppy kicking into the sun as well.
Yes.
Yep. I kicked the puppy in the sun, and it started raining trash.
I love that all of his things that are clearly Eleanor's fault, he can buy as himself. Like he's like, oh yeah, and especially that I grossly underestimated how much shrimp to get for the party.
And
then what was flying around mocking me?
But I love that joke because when he's saying that, they cut to Tahani, who's like, mm-hmm. You sure did. Oh, I love Tahani. Oh, sorry.
That's just it. Like all these characters are growing on me for very different reasons, and they flesh them out. Because like part of what the problem with the first handful of seasons for me was like everything has this veneer or sheen of perfection, and you're like, but these are people living in the afterlife. Like they're still fallible.
Oh yeah.
So it all felt very fake, and I appreciated them peeling back the layers and showing depth of these characters a bit.
Even that too, Joel, it's it's fleshing out this concept of there's two people who aren't supposed to be here. So the fallibility is much more to an extreme with like other characters like Tahani. It's much more subtle. Like she is definitely an annoying piece of work, but she grows on you. She is that lovable character. Whereas you see the upturn of oh God, what's her name? Eleanor. As she's becoming moral, I just more ethic you in the face or something like that. And then you've got oh God, what's his name?
Jason?
Jason?
Yeah, Jason. He's just loving life, and
well, death.
Yeah, he's loving death.
But so like all these characters, like the way the story is fleshing them out, like Joel said, is just very unique because they present the story and now you're drawing out the characters in a way that is making you care for them. And then, as we talk about these next two episodes, there's a lot of things going on that are extremely negative. We have what's happening with Michael in this episode and what happens to Eleanor in the next episode.
And there's a murder in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I've been murdered.
Attention. I have been murdered. Attention. I have been murdered.
That's perfect. You guys said it using actually
We did.
Sounded like a bot.
Oh man, that's some good shit. That's actually like everything that you're saying though, Ryan. Like that's true for Janet as well. This episode, I mean, I don't want to spoil, like we're recording, 4 episodes worth of content today, but like this throughout today, we're going to talk more and more Janet's character getting explored, like way more. Like her getting murdered at this end of the episode just kind of kicks her off on a hell of a journey.
Well, she starts to get a character. Like she becomes less of just,
a robot.
Walking Wikipedia, essentially. Like, it just she becomes more of a person.
Yeah. But that's more for later. Even a little bit next week. Because next week is next week the cacti episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's episode 8. So we will get to that by the end of today. My first note for episode 8 is I love Janet and the cacti.
Oh, the cactus stuff is so good. Like
that's definitely the folder. Yes. But now we'll get to that in a little bit. We're almost to 8 anyways. The stuff we do have to talk a little bit about, specifically with this episode, is the Chidi flashback stuff. Like the Chidi on Earth, him with his buddy, him with the boots, him with his trying to be the best man at a wedding. Ooh,
best man at the wedding's later.
That's not till later.
Was that's later?
Later.
That's episode 10.
That's not okay. That's still this recording session, just not this episode.
Don't ruin it for the listeners.
Well, they know it's coming. It's still going to be out soon enough. We just won't talk about it at great detail, but we will talk about some boots. And I don't remember the name of the actor who plays his best friend, but whenever he pops up, he's just a delight. Like I enjoy seeing him in things. He's very funny, but I will always think of him as Chidi's best friend now, just because of this. Like they use his character a few more times later.
Are
in
we
the
talking
season.
about the guy that wears the boots or the guy
Yes,
that wanted
the
to
guy
be
who
his
wears
best
the
man? Okay.
I'm not
the
gonna
guy
keep
wearing
talking
the
about.
boots.
Yeah, the guy wearing the boots.
Steve Berg, Gunner.
Thank you. Yes. And he's so good. Like just perfect. Just that you almost feel bad for him for just being there. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but he's like, I got these boots. Do you like them? And just, oh, yeah. And you can just see Chidi's having so much problems. The second he says he likes him, it's like, oh no, Chidi's going on. He's going down a spiral.
And it's that thing as well, and it's like the whole thing for Chidi is don't lie ever, even though like to be a functioning human being, you have to lie, even if just a little white lie. Otherwise, you would just have no friends ever. Like if you
Oh,
were
yeah.
100% honest all the time, you'd never have any friends.
Isn't this this is the episode? I'm gonna keep fucking this up, forking this up. I apologize, but this is the episode that has the like there's an old Chinese proverb, lying is bad, and like
Yeah, I think it is.
It sounded much more poetic in Mandarin.
yeah.
Lying is like a tiger. It's bad.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad. Yeah, it sounded much more poetic in Mandarin.
I mean, I also like that this one has like the kind of jumping out of it a little bit. We'll get back to the boots, but the Eleanor being okay with Michael taking the fall for her, I really like that stuff too. Like her trying to like justify it to Chidi is great, especially like the ends justify the means. Do you know who said that? Was it an Oprah type person?
Really good people? Was it a really good person?
I also liked how like her plan made sense.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense. And it's a great workaround to her problem. You just have to murder Janet.
Yeah, just kind of that little murder thing. But it's what makes this episode such a great Chidi episode. Between the boots and this and everything, is it's just putting Chidi through his damn paces. Like this poor guy is just such a ball of stress to the point where like, all right, we're doing it. Janet's just a robot. She's not even a person. We can just go kill her. And then they have to encounter Janet's defense system.
Oh my god.
The defense is so
I have
good.
to let you know that if you get close to that button, I have a proximity alert that if you touch my button, I have to beg like a human.
And just these are my kids.
Yeah,
Don't worry, this is the stock photo
stock
from the
photo.
Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Again, I'm not a human. This will do nothing.
Please.
Jason, no!
I just love it. No, please don't do it. Chidi, oh, look at my kids. Look at them. Look at them.
This is just a stock photo.
But then it's made so much better by Chidi and Eleanor taking a break, and then it starts up again. They all turn around. Jason's like, "Ooh, a button!"
And then Chidi, trying to be the good dude,
The hero
trying to
hits it
stop
with his
him,
elbow.
accidentally kills her.
Side swipes it with his elbow.
And then you get the attention. I have been
I
murdered.
have been murdered.
And Eleanor, I don't want to spoil my quotes at the end of this thing, but she just nails him with a, "Oh my God, you just murdered Janet. We have to flee your crime scene." Good stuff. But the best thing about all of this, and the sincerity, is throughout this episode, it's all Chidi focused. Chidi gets put through the orking ringer, has a very rough time, but at the end of all of it, Eleanor grows up a bunch.
Really does.
Yeah.
Like by putting Chidi through his paces, seeing what she's doing to her friends, all of his training is actually paying off, and she confesses at the end of the episode.
Yeah, she cares. She's actually starting to care about someone other than herself.
Yeah. And it's like the show does it so well because this episode is just ridiculous. You have such Chidi in the boots. You got the murder of Janet. We have all the Tahani. Michael on a down note is some of the best stuff ever. I don't want to take anyone's cracker line if anyone has
Yeah,
one.
you better not. That's my line. Nobody takes it. Nobody.
Some good stuff. But then at the end of all this is complete insanity. We get a very legit, sincere moment. And you honestly believe when she says, "I love you, man," she means it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, oh,
And that's
she's
just-
grown up a
That's just
lot.
the versatility of Kristen Bell as a comedic actress,
Yeah.
because she can say things and be so nuanced and just very straight faced that it is just like, it is just so funny because she sells it. But when it's the same way when she says something of meaning, you get that same impact, but in a different way, and that makes her a very good fit for this show.
Yeah. Like genius casting. If she wasn't involved with producing, which she might have been. I could have looked that up and done my job, but I didn't.
It's a fantastic mixture, though, isn't it? Like, you know, some of the best comedies have really good drama in them as well, because it makes the comedic beats hit harder and it makes the dramatic beats hit harder as well. So it's like that really good mixture between comedy and drama.
Oh yeah.
It's all on her face, just like everywhere else. She can express herself to such a wide degree.
Absolutely.
And she gets these moments like this where it's almost like an innocence, weirdly enough. And, you know, and structurally, what I appreciate about this moment is that it's nice that they pulled the band-aid on the secret nice and early. You know, this is the kind of show where they could have easily made this like a multi-season thing and then have it be a reveal at the end of a season to create drama, but they just throw it out there, and it's a perfect pivot point for what comes next too.
Oh yeah.
What you were saying there, Joel, was like, I think when I was watching this the first time, I was starting to get to the point where I was like, okay, this is not going to be the whole, like, I hope this is not going to be the whole series where it's like, oh, who's going to find out about the secret next? Well, we got to convince them that to keep quiet, because it was getting I think they took it as far as they could really take it without it then becoming like, oh, okay, we get it. Like, you know, she's not supposed to be there. More people finding out about it. Like, you know, I think they did they sort of nailed the timing of like when to pull the rug out from like the secret, as it were.
Yeah, it really shackles the parameters of where the story can go. I'm talking business again.
Business.
Stay tuned for more of Joel's TED Talk.
Joel's
someone help me,
the
please.
sister podcast series.
No, I know.
Joel Talks Business.
No, but to kind of what Joel was saying, but bouncing right out of it is by removing those shackles, we have the next episode, which is now we get a whole huge Eleanor episode with 8. And 8 is really about exploring those characters. And we can really, now that we've kind of like, we can admit she's not the right one, we can talk a little bit more honestly about her legitimate flaws. And that's when we start moving in episode 8, where she has to get judged. She's got the truth cube in front of her, and Michael's trying to get her file, but Janet has come back to life, and she's severely broken. it's
and has
wonderful.
a new obsession.
Yeah.
What was it? Her? I thought she was pointing, be like, "What's that? What's that?" Is that? Yeah.
That's right when she comes back to life, and that's at the end of the last episode, right?
Oh,
or is it the beginning of this one? No, because the beginning of this one she's already live. So at the end of last episode when she comes back, she comes back and what's that? What's that?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Oh, she has to
then like
all
the
the
beginning
of
of
the universe.
The beginning of the next episode is where every time she appears, she's in the corner.
Yeah.
Like,
basically the wrong way.
And then she starts playing with one of Michael's plants.
She's just
like a cat.
Yeah.
She's like,
I love
what I love is like the funeral for Janet, the painting they have of Janet, which is just like sort of like like doing a Fonzie or something as well. It's so good.
She's so damn funny. But all right, so moving on to chapter 8, which is somebody named it earlier. Do they remember it?
Most improved player.
Most improved player. Yeah, you know, she started so far down in the bottom that improving it all would make her probably the most improved player. So I don't think the title is wrong. But we get some juicy Eleanor tidbits in this episode, and she was not a great person. I'm not sure if anybody needed to hear that.
I don't know. I feel like this maybe says a lot more about me as a person, but I was all on board with the dress bitch stuff. I was like, yeah, you know what? Screw that person. Like, she deserved the t-shirts being made of her.
I think it was the icing on the cake is the what'd you do with the money? I was really hoping you weren't going to ask that.
Buying the same dress. Hello, darling.
Oof. Oof.
I like the questionnaire. Have you ever got personalized license plate?
I like the question, like the first question, and he's like, "Oh, that's the Mongolian edition."
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're kind of all over the map. But what's happening here is at the wow, okay, so that's not gonna help me at all. Sorry. At the end of the last episode, after she confesses, this episode she is now being grilled by Michael to figure out how the fork she even got here. Which is some great stuff. But we have a lot of this very difficult moments for Eleanor, but she has definitely been the most improved player. And we figure that with like the truth cube, where he's asking her, like, did you murder Janet? No. Green.
Yep.
Turns red if you lie. Green. And then like, do you know who did? Yes. Green. Will you tell me? No. Green. It's like, oh, look at her. She's
Yeah.
doing so much better. Let's hear more about the dress bitch.
What I love about that is like how it starts out where she's telling the story, and he's like, "Wait, this is about t-shirts. There's more, isn't there?"
There are so many great moments in this episode, and they don't really give a ton to Hani and Jason, but what they do give them is great. Jason getting interviewed by Michael is just phenomenal. He crushes it. Way more than you would expect him to. Just stay quiet. Nod and smile. Nod and smile. Is that he wants to get a cactus, but it works.
And how he just Michael takes the tiniest little bit of expressions and extrapolates it into some abstract meaning that he's pulling out of thin air.
100%.
Like,
what I love about the Michael and Tahani bit though is where he says, "Thank you, Tahani. You've been a great help." And the cue goes red.
Red.
He just very quickly just pulls it off the table.
Oh man.
I just like that it worked on him too.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't discriminate.
Just don't lie around the cube. Oh, that was good
I
stuff.
like how it's something that they have, but they never want to use as well. So it's like the idea of like, you're in the good place. So we'll never need to use this. We don't want to have to use this, but we've got it just in case. Like it's almost like, maybe something might go wrong. We probably need some way of like, telling if people are lying or not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense a little bit. It's like having a fire extinguisher. You never want to have a fire in your house, but if it does happen, you should have one nearby. Other things in this episode that I like is that we're really starting to see, especially before, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves for next week, before real Eleanor shows up, we get to see a little bit more of Chidi and Eleanor together. And that moment when he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I killed Janet and I need to go in there and be honest. And Eleanor starts to like, all right, well, Kant would say, and starts going through like all the philosophy that's been treated. And he's just like, you just casually quoted Kant. This might be the proudest moment of my entire life. That's a real bummer. Like, he was just so proud of himself, and she just shoots him down so hard.
Without even thinking.
Yeah, it's just like, no, it's not. Oh man.
But you can see Chidi being the kind of person who never really lived in life.
Yes.
And
that's shown in episode 10 too, man. Episode 10 is a good one.
It is.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like because of how he is as a person, like this whole thing of like the moral philosophy person, you can't lie, you can't. So it's that very sort of closed-minded thing of like you can't make any kind of decision because you're going to cause pain on someone else.
Mm-hmm. It's a moral quandary, if you will.
Yeah.
But Janet eventually does stop delivering cactuses instead of the stuff that Michael wants. We didn't really talk too much about that, but it's hilarious. So she's got to go to the bad place. She's been found out, so they got to call up the bad place, and you get the.
Well, she does give Michael Eleanor's file, but then actually it's just full of photos of cactuses.
Oh, that did. About that one.
No, just more photos of of the same cactus.
Yes.
The file's here as well.
But yeah, so we got the dress bitch story, which was great. Very funny. Madison did seem like the worst. I don't want to be rude, but she seemed awful. So
yeah, she did. So I think she deserves it. Like,
I don't know what she got was pretty bad, but was also pretty funny. I did
Yeah.
like the shirt, but man alive. So she's found out, clearly not supposed to be here. Even asks her, "Do you think you should be here?" And she says no, and it goes green. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of a bummer. But that means they got to call up a demon and get her out of the good place. So they call up the bad place, and the second I hear "What's up, dummies," I'm like, "Oh, that's Adam Scott." Yeah, Adam Scott's in that show.
And it's so good. This is where my quote for this episode comes. I'm not gonna say it.
Is it when he
Yeah.
shows up wearing the T-shirt? He's like,
And he recognizes Eleanor. Like that's just it's so in character. Adam Scott he just nails it. Just sells
You're
it.
a legend in the bad
Yeah,
place.
Just his delivery. I'm like, okay.
I when this show aired and Adam Scott popped out, I was kind of getting a little burnt out on Adam Scott because he'd been popping up everywhere. But now, like revisiting the show, I'm like, oh, this is why I loved Adam Scott. Like, this is what he was really great at. Like, I love Severance, and I really want Severance season 2. I think he's a great dramatic actor, but man, his comedy chops were great, and he's so good as Trevor the Demon. Like, just phenomenal. We'll talk a little bit more about him. Is it next week or is it the end of this week? I think it's
Next week is when he goes to dinner.
Next week is when he goes to dinner. I thought it was this week.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there on the train, listening to all the things.
Oh yeah. Okay, that is next week. Oops, you just thought about it.
Yeah, because this week, like this week's episode, chapter 8 ends with
him just showing up.
No, it ends with him mentioning about real Eleanor on the train.
Yeah, that's right.
The train thing does happen in this episode then, because she's on the train, and Trevor, being Trevor, was not going to mention he had the real Eleanor on the train with him. They were just heading to the bad place. It wasn't until they freaked out and got out that he's like, well, if she's staying here, we're keeping the other Eleanor. And it's like,
oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What? That's the problem with this series though, is because like if you try and break it down, what's the individual episodes?
You can't do it.
It's so difficult, especially when you've watched them, like like we're doing at the
back
moment,
to back.
like in not even necessarily back to back, but like in bulks of 4 episodes. It's a very big because it just does carry on over.
Oh yeah, it just feels like one.
Charlotte was asking me like earlier on, what was your favorite episode of those 4? I was like, it's really difficult to choose one. I mean, I suppose, yeah. Oh, that's the thing. It's like I sort of said, I suppose the one with the cube, like the questioning one, like this chapter 8, just because of everything with the cactuses and all that sort of stuff. But it's so difficult to choose the individual ones because sometimes I'm looking at going, well, hang on a minute, were those 2 in what was that in the same episode, or is this 2 separate episodes? Because it does just follow on so well, and like how we're watching these, like that's why I've got loads of notes so I know the breakdown of each episode.
I need to take better notes. Mine are a mess, but like I really just kind of look through and see if anything actually happened in this episode. I'm like, was I right in this one? Because I even start talking about the best man thing. Because I'm like, oh yeah, the boots, the cheaty flashbacks. I'm like, no, the 2 different flashbacks. But it's more of a compliment to the show because it does just feel like one gargantuan story, and we're just trying to talk about it in chunks, which is a bit of a trick. But I think we're doing okay.
It speaks to the bingeability of this show.
Yeah,
you can just have it be like. I bet it was torture waiting.
I did not enjoy it, but I did it. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think when I first started watching it, maybe the first season had already come out. And then, like, I think the second season was maybe screened. So I was able to watch the first season all in one go, pretty much. Like, not over a few days. But then when it got down to, like, watching week to week, it was like, oh, my God. Like, because it's 20 minutes episode and then that's it. You got to wait. It's not even like an hour long.
Yeah.
And they fly through and because there's just so much. So you end up just, like, in between, just rewatching it just to, like, okay, what did I miss the first time round? And, like... And it is, it's just. Whew,
I think I'm doing pretty good.
Like,
we're done.
I used to be as excited for them hitting like Netflix or Hulu or wherever it went, like as a full season, as I was for a new episode coming out, because it meant that I could actually now go watch the whole thing. Because I'd watch it week to week, but it still felt so broken up, and I would never go back because I didn't want to like just start like mid-season re-binging. I'm like, just gonna wait for it to end, and then I can rewatch the whole thing. And like that was more exciting to me than it was for the week to week, or about the same. All right, what else have we not talked about in either one of these episodes? What did we miss? Did we miss some like huge moments that you're very upset with?
I mean, the bad place having 100 pizzas delivered to Michael.
and they're all Hawaiian.
Hawaiian, the
All
worst
Hawaiian.
flavor. But the thing is, though, like Hawaiian pizza is not my favorite. I'll eat it if it's there. It's not one that I will go out of my way to order. But when you open that box, they look like pretty nice pizzas, to be fair.
I mean, they look like decent Hawaiian pizzas. I mean,
the ham looks
that's
really
a
good.
weird thing to say, but
Yeah.
There-
It looks good.
I don't know what the hate is for sweet and savory things.
I don't either.
Like,
Actually, I don't mind Hawaiian pizza. I'll never order it, but I'll eat if it's in front of me. I'm eating it.
Right.
That's that's my stance. It's not the one that I like. If I'm choosing a pizza, I'll order one that I really, really like. But if it's there as like a big group thing, I'll still eat it and I'll still enjoy it.
All right. Binge Buddies going hard for Hawaiian pizza, or as hard as
Yeah.
anyone's willing to go for Hawaiian pizza. We are
That's a
willing to eat
t-shirt.
it.
There's a T-shirt there somewhere, I think. Like binge buddy, like a Hawaiian pizza with
Yeah.
binge buddies around the like going around the outside.
Willing to defend it as much as anyone else.
We're the Hawaiian
like a
pizza
hot
of podcasts.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Can I just say, I'll just
We're an
watch.
acquired taste. That's all. I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't like them.
You don't like Hawaiian pizzas?
You're off the podcast.
I mean, I thought he meant our podcast at first. Really, like I don't like him. I don't like these people.
This show sucks.
I've listened, guys. I've got some notes.
I mean, honestly, so do I, but that's okay. That's for a different day.
Less Hawaiian pizza apologist.
All right. So, have we missed anything in these things, or should we start moving on to our quotes? Because there are some very
I
good
think
ones.
one thing I just thought of that we missed last episode with the boots
Yes.
is that we missed how his friend was in surgery or he
Oh,
had a
yeah.
medical condition and she's just sitting there and he purposely stayed. So when he wake up and everything was fine, he's like, yeah, I hate your boots, man. They suck.
This is why everyone hates moral philosophy professors.
Yep.
I mentioned as well the fact that the dude went out and bought Chidi his own pair of the boots
Yeah.
as well.
Oh man, I even had that line like, "Do you like him? I love him. Take him for a spin. Look at you, you're flying." And just Chidi's supremely awkward walk. Like he's just so upset and miserable. Oh, that's the good stuff right there.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
I guess like the only other thing that we didn't mention is there was another mention of there should be a medium place. That's coming
Yeah.
back around as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but I agree there should be a medium place.
Yeah.
And that could also be someone's quote.
No. Well, it might be. Who knows? All right. I think we're ready for quotes. You guys ready for quotes? I'm feeling pretty good about quotes. I'm gonna let some other people go first because I don't want to steal anyone. I'd feel horrible stealing Ryan's. Why don't we let Ryan go first before somebody else talk about saltines?
Okay, so mine was he's at his retirement home or his retirement party, and he goes, I just want to do things. And he starts listing off things, and they're great. You know, I want to say take it sleazy. I want to get a rewards membership. Just a rewards membership.
Anywhere.
And I want to eat a saltine. And Tiani goes, I have one. And he bites it. And just the look on his face, and he goes, too dry and too salty. Well, going out on a real high note here, people. and Tiani goes, take it sleazy. And he goes, you get to say it? Well, you can say it back. And he goes, it doesn't feel organic. That's it.
He's so bummed. It's great.
Yep.
It's just it's the way that Ted Danson
Just
like, does
delivers
that
it.
line. Delivers that line. You get to say it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
even
like,
before that,
no,
when he goes going out in a real
doesn't
high
feel
note here.
organic.
Now, do you want me to do my quote for?
No, we're gonna go around and
episode.
bring back.
Okay.
We go first and last. So Joel's up next. You're gonna go around my screen. You're gonna hit me and come back around.
Oh, I love his spiel about what's going to happen to him, but there's a really good moment in when they're trying to kill why was her name?
Janet.
Not with that attitude, we can't. I'm dead. You're dead. We all died. Pay it forward.
That was my second one. Pay it forward.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that one. That's a good one.
That is a good one, is that?
All right, Matt, you're up.
What is retirement for you exactly? Well, I wasn't going to share this so as to not upset you, but it's an extreme form of punishment. We call it the eternal shriek. My soul will be disintegrated, and each molecule will be placed on the surface of a different burning sun. And then my essence will be scooped out of my body and with a flaming ladle and poured over hot diamonds. Oh, but the diamonds sound lovely. They're not. And what's left of my body will be endlessly beaten with a titanium rod, like a piñata. Yes, except you have the string around my waist, but instead it will definitely be around my genitals.
It's a hell of a retirement.
I mean, some people might like that.
I was saying,
especially
depends
the-
on what you're into, but it
Yeah,
might be a good time.
the string around the genitals. Some people will be definitely up for that.
I mean,
I've seen some videos.
I'm just throwing it out there. Famous Binge Buddies former character, bet Sergeant Hatred be into it.
Ooh, probably actually.
Yeah. Anyhow, so my quote, throwing it out there, we've already kind of mentioned it, and by kind of mentioned, I mean we directly said all of it, but I'm going to say it again anyways. And it's right in the beginning when Eleanor is celebrating that she gets a free pass on this thing. She's like, "The ends justify the means." Do you know who said that? Was it an Oprah type person? It was Machiavelli, a famously not Oprah type person. It's just, I love it. It's just, I love Chidi and Eleanor. I could just listen to them banter back and forth for 4 seasons of a TV show, and I will.
It's
My
the constant not getting the point.
Yeah. My episode 8 quote, it's when she's finally admitting that she is the problem. She's gonna get on the train. She has to say goodbye to Chidi, and she wants to tell him that she wants to be honest with him about something. So she goes, "I'm sorry I tricked you and I waited for you to do the laundry and I just threw mine in." And he just goes, "You didn't trick me. I repeatedly asked you to stop." That was a good one. Matt, you're up for your episode 8 quote.
Michael, good news. I was able to obtain Eleanor Shellstrap's file. Is it actually a cactus? I don't understand. I want to see the file for Eleanor Shellstrap. Is that what you have, or do you have a cactus? I have the file. You sure? You have the file and not a cactus. That is correct. I have Eleanor Shellstrap's file. I do not have a cactus. Excellent. Please give me the file. Here you go. And a cactus appears.
It's the best use of a waste of time in an episode ever. Like, because
thing
everyone
is,
watching
you
that
know-
joke knows where it's
You
going.
know it, yeah. You know
Yeah.
that she has a cactus. And that's the genius of that is that, like, it reminds me of like what we were talking about again with Frisky Dingo, like how they would leave things going on, like, you know, for like a
Yeah.
10-minute episode, you could have like a 1 minute long lingering moment, and it was just like, you know what's coming. And like they do that so well in this show as well. Like, you know that Janet is going to give a cactus, but they draw it out so much, and so like the dialogue is so great as well, just because of like how it's like, you know, you sure you have the file and not a cactus? That is correct. I have Eleanor Shellstrap's file. I do not have a cactus. Excellent. Please give me the file. Here you go. Bing, cactus. It's so
And then
good.
she
Like,
just disappears. Just boom.
yeah, just
Just left in his disappointment.
Goes
All right,
back to the
Joel.
actors. They made it all work.
They really do.
yeah.
So this is one where I actually this quote is only half a quote, but it just took me aback based off of the phraseology. Then I'll figure out Gianni's also a phony. And here's the real Dawn Buster. Who says that?
I mean, how
Eleanor.
did Dongbuster get through the censoring system as well?
I mean, I guess you're saying Dick Buster?
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like
Dong
I'm morphing
is-
a ball buster,
Yeah.
but
Either
Dong
way,
is still Dong is still a name for a penis, though.
I mean, they're really
that's just
going.
anatomy. I mean,
They're really going for what is considered swear words strictly by American standards.
Right.
Fair.
Like
by
very
the George Carlin threshold.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's what they consider swear words. Because I think they've even said bitch before, but I could be wrong. Because they can't say ass, but
That's true. Because that's it gets into Ash.
yeah. So I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Ryan, what's your last quote before we get lost
Okay.
in our swear words?
So mine's is we meet Trevor, who is Adam Scott, and he gives the peanut jar, and it flames out, and he goes, "Oh, look, the snakes ate my peanuts." He goes, "You are too nice to humiliate." And then he notices Eleanor, and he goes, "Oh, hi. Oh, you look like a piece of crap. Are you Eleanor?" Dude, you are famous in the bad place. Just the way he sells "you look like a piece of crap."
I just love how much his eyes light up when he sees her. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. I mean, just such like, you are literally too nice to humiliate.
Oh man, the Michael and Trevor stuff is the best.
yeah.
We're gonna find that out next week a little bit. They have to do some bargaining, and it doesn't go great, but it's some good stuff. All right, so we have done these two chapters, 7 and 8. Yep, 7 and 8, and I remember the titles, so you don't have to worry about me saying them again because you remember them as well. One was something about the Eternal Shriek, and the other one was the one that most improved player. I got it.
There we go.
I got it, and I didn't even have it up on my screen. That came out of my brain.
The one was literally just the Eternal Shriek as well. Not something about the Eternal Shriek, just the Eternal Shriek.
I couldn't remember if there was something more to the Eternal Shriek, so I was taking a stab there. But I got most improved player.
Did you get
I got the title most improved player for the episode we were talking about.
You did not win most
Thank you.
improved player.
Thank you
though.
for reading that.
No, I did not. Just some plugs. This show, every other show, the ATH Network. Be sure to check it athpod.com. I'm doing great, guys.
We are derailing.
I think I had a stroke.
That was so good.
I'm not going to finish the rest of mine. You just listen to the shows.
After Thoughts podcast is a book club podcast where
my
my wife Kelly and I read books and talk about them. By the time you're listening to this, we will have released a Flowers for Algernon episode as a deviation to Return of the King, which will be shortly after that. And I want to let you know, Brian, Kelly has started to read Dune.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Is she loving it?
Wait, only Kelly.
I don't know yet. She
I'm
just said
guessing no,
She
it's-
started.
This is not a pun. I swear to God, it's very dry in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, you have the same version. I've got a different one, which is downstairs, which I'm not going to go get.
I've got a terrible one. It's got Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya in the cover, and I don't like it at all. Yeah.
Oh, I've got a gorgeous one. It's like the Sci-Fi Masterworks. It's like a hardcover. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I need to get a better one. But I've been mostly I like the audiobook really well, so like I didn't have the hard copy till recently. It's such a good book though. I'm glad someone in your family's reading it.
My oldest will probably read it before I get around.
I mean, it's a good
That
book.
tracks.
It's a good book.
It's not
It's-
bad.
The first half it's a little rough to get through. I'll be honest. Like, it's a lot of it's very.
I'd
swear
say
I'm
the
not
first
gonna-
100 pages is a real, because I think it's like the problem with the first 100 pages. It's just basically setting the scene.
That's good because you really have to immerse yourself in the book.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
you need it for the rest of the
Fully
book to
understand
work.
what's going on. Joel, you should just have us all on afterthoughts.
Yeah,
when you do.
yeah.
We'll figure out scheduling. It's set me up.
Yeah. yeah. All right, Ryan, finish your plugs. Let's get out of this episode.
You can find me on the Front Row Network where I do reviews on films. You can also catch me on Front Row Flashbacks. We're still on a hiatus, but we're looking to get out of that said hiatus. But yeah, that's it. Bye.
Matt, did you have anything to plug?
Nah, I was
Bye.
I was
Thank
going
you
to
for
do an
listening.
anti-plug of Joel's podcast because it's
It's
like,
a time zone thing. It's a time zone.
half of the hosts on Afterthoughts are very mean.
Okay, now I'm glad I didn't cut you off entirely. I needed that last part. All right. Bye.
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 We still don't have a good tag to finish this in. We need a probably good.
Fuck off.
Ooh, that's
There it is.